Good morning from sunny Hawaii. Babe, did you know it was 63 degrees this morning? Can't handle when it gets cold. Today we are going to be talking about vitamin E. I've been getting a lot of questions about how to get enough of this really important antioxidant fat-soluble vitamin because on a lower fat diet, especially one that doesn't include foods like oils, it can be difficult to get enough vitamin E. So like I mentioned, vitamin E is a scavenging antioxidant, which means that when vitamin E is in the body and it encounters a free radical, it is able to neutralize it, which really helps to reduce the amount of oxidation that occurs in the body. So people who get plenty of dietary vitamin E have lower rates of pretty much all chronic diseases and generally a longer lifespan. However, when studies looked at people who took supplemental forms of vitamin E, so like isolated nutrient supplements or multivitamins that contained vitamin E, those benefits were not seen. So it really is important to get vitamin E through the diet. Fortunately, with just a little bit of mindfulness and the inclusion of some really healthy whole plant foods, it's pretty easy to get your recommended 15 milligrams of vitamin E every day. Speaking of which, I shall get started with mine. You ready for breakfast?
Yes, I am.
You got the ugly bowl.
The ugly bowl, they both look the same.
I know, they did end up looking the same. I put so much effort into this one.
Oh.
But then that one looks just as good, I feel like. You working on your earrings?
Yeah. In custom order.
Ooh,
just now. Ooh, nice and warm.
You guys have terrible manners. Okay, so breakfast time. Look, I blended with my bowl almost perfectly. I made a very vitamin E rich breakfast. So because it's a little bit chilly this morning, I had some oats, and I liked to cook my oats until they're like really well cooked and super creamy. And then I have some bananas on top, blackstrap molasses, some mango, which is surprisingly high in vitamin E, one of the few fruits that is quite high in vitamin E, and then almonds, which are very high in vitamin E. In fact, they may be one of the plant foods that are most high in vitamin E. I cooked the oatmeal with a little bit of ginger powder just to like warm me up a little bit more, and then some coconut and goji berries sprinkled on top, mostly for looks, but you know you can't beat the antioxidants in those goji berries. So for breakfast, not only did I eat some vitamin E rich mangoes and almonds, but I also included vitamin C rich foods in that meal as well. And that's because vitamin E and vitamin C work together synergistically to boost the antioxidant potential of both of these nutrients. Now, if you're on a whole plant food diet and you're eating like any quantity of fruits or vegetables, you're pretty much going to get plenty of vitamin C, so it's not like you have to worry about it. But still, it's just nice to take a little bit of pleasure in knowing that the way that we are consuming our whole plant foods is a synergistic wonder of nutrient adequacy. And it just makes me happy to think about. I thought you might want to think about it too. For lunch, I will be having a big, beautiful salad, and I forgot the most important part. Sunflower seed. Whew, cold. I had them in the freezer. I like to keep my nuts and seeds in the freezer to keep them fresher longer. So I'm gonna put about maybe 1 ounce of sunflower seeds on there. So it depends where you look it up. Some sources say that sunflowers are like the richest source of vitamin E. Others say that it's almonds. I don't really care all that much as long as I get to eat my food. So for lunch, I'm going to have some tri-colored quinoa, some black beans, leftover kale salad, which was dressed with avocado. And then I think, yeah, a little splash of sweet chili sauce. And then I have some broccoli sprouts here, and last night I accidentally ate almost all of my broccoli sprouts. I meant to save some, but I totally forgot. Because broccoli sprouts are also surprisingly rich in vitamin E. Who would have known, right? I mean, I guess anyone who knew that broccoli was a pretty rich source too, but whatever. And black beans do have like a little bit of vitamin E, not a ton, but you know, in a whole plant food diet, like when you're eating enough, everything just kind of adds up, and then before you know it, you fulfill your daily vitamin E needs. All right, so that will about do it for me for lunch. I will see you guys later. Something that's important to keep in mind when it comes to vitamin E is that it's a pretty sensitive little vitamin. It can be destroyed by light, by oxygen, and by high heat exposure. So I'd say that this is less of a problem if you're getting your vitamin E from whole plant foods like whole, fresh nuts and seeds. If we're instead relying on getting vitamin E from processed foods like oils or fortified foods, or I'm thinking even things like nut butters, then a large portion of the vitamin E that we're expecting to be in those foods might have actually already been destroyed, and it might not be there. And in its place, you would just get rancid oils. Gross. So when you're thinking about getting sufficient vitamin E, I think it's really important to focus on freshness and making sure that you are consistently getting fresh nuts and seeds into your kitchen, enjoying foods like avocado, mango, and sprouts that have been exposed to these potentially vitamin E destroying elements for as short a time as possible. There she is. Look at that beautiful dinner. I have about 4 cups of baby spinach, which is a vitamin E rich green, some pumpkin and sweet potato. I do know that some types of pumpkin, squash, and sweet potato have some alright levels of vitamin E, but I'm not sure about these varieties. I have some freshly cooked kidney beans right out of the Instant Pot, some tomato, bell pepper, which does have fair amount of vitamin E, and avocado, which of course does have a bit of vitamin E as well. I made a little bit of sauce with the avocado by smushing it up with some garlic, a little splash of apple cider vinegar, and just a little bit of nutritional yeast and black pepper. And that will kind of serve as the dressing for my greens. Everything will kind of smash together. Alright, you guys, so that will do it for me. We will go inside and do the nutritional recap whenever you're ready. So breakfast was about 800 calories. Vitamin C, very high in vitamin C, and 49% of my vitamin E just from that one meal alone. Perfect. Minerals are looking pretty good. Ooh, nice high in selenium, 58%. That's not bad at all. Protein, 42%. Let's see about lunch. Brought me to approximately 1,200 calories. Fat percentage is pretty high at the moment. We'll see what that turns into after dinner. And then you can see that I've reached 107% of my vitamin E, most of that coming from the sunflower seeds, the almonds, mangoes, black beans, quinoa, oh, a little bit in bananas too, you don't say. Oh, shucks. Can't forget the molasses, I was about to say. That's funny that my potassium is low. That never happens. And then protein is already pretty darn good. All of those essential amino acids already well over 100%. Not worried there. Omega-3s are a little bit low because I didn't have flax seeds or hemp seeds or chia seeds this morning, but I do take the omega-3 supplement, so there's no worries there. All right, now for dinner. And for the day, somehow right under 2,000 calories. That's kind of strange. Might have to have a snack. 15% fat, that evened out from all the sweet potatoes and beans with dinner. Got plenty of fat. I'm not sure why that is set so high. And then minerals, calcium, everything looks great. Magnesium, plenty. Selenium, 98%. Ooh, that's pretty darn close. Sodium, I'll actually remedy that because I did have some tamari. And sodium's maxed out. There you go. Zinc is all good. And of course, protein is well accommodated. Wonderful. Another beautiful day of met targets. And that right there will be everything that I ate today. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make better choices for yourself. No one's going to do it for you. And take really, really good care. I will see you all very soon. Bye. You know what? Every time I sit here now, I'm like, I could use some chapstick. Come back in 2 years, I'll have OCD for lunch. Bless you. Who has time for this? Fuck it. Fuck it.